What exactly is a zip code? Well, at its core, it's a system that helps the mail get where it's going quickly and efficiently. But to understand zip codes, we first have to understand why they were invented. Ah, the good old days, back in the 1940s. If you wanted to send a letter, you just write down the address of your aspiring actor friend in Beverly Hills and voila! Your letter would magically make its way across town, city, and country. Sure, it took a bit longer, but it worked. Mostly. Mail traveled via post offices, where postal workers knew their communities like the back of their hands. No zip codes, no sorting machines, just good old-fashioned human knowledge and effort. But then, after World War II, something happened. People started sending even more mail than before. More businesses, more homes, more packages. It was like someone turned on the fire hose of letters and mail carriers were being buried in mail bags. With delivery times slowing down, things had to change. And that's when the good old folks at the US Postal Service said, hold on a second. And in 1963, they introduced the Zone Improvement Plan, which would use a 5-digit code to speed up mail sorting and delivery. Of course, they decided to call this
zip code. Zip code. New zip code.
Zip code.
So you're probably wondering, how does this magical zip code work? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The Zone Improvement Plan divided the country into several zones, starting broad and narrowing down with each sequential digit. I think the best way to understand this is with an example. Take the famous 90210. This first digit tells you about what part of the country the mail is going to. The 9 means it's headed to the West Coast. The next 2 digits narrow it down to the region, in this case, Beverly Hills. The last 2 digits, they get the mail closer to your exact neighborhood. But there was a problem. It's the 1960s. People were like, what's a zip code? Do I really need to learn another number? I mean, think about it. This was before cell phones, the internet. I mean, even area codes were still pretty new at this point. So how do you convince an entire country to start using this new zip code? Enter Mr. Zip. With his wide smile and boundless enthusiasm, Mr. Zip starred in TV commercials and posters all across America, teaching people how and why they should use zip codes. The Postal Service even created a 15-minute variety style show using the band Swinging Six to explain the importance of using zip codes. There were segments about romance, the importance of doing your part, teamwork, and even the joy of staying connected with loved ones through the mail.
His letter flew across the country. In just one day, it reached her hand.
Now you might be wondering, what about postal codes? Are they the same thing? Well, pretty much. In most countries, postal codes function the same way zip codes do in the US. They help identify specific regions and make mail delivery faster and more efficient. Countries all around the world have their own systems. The UK, Canada, Australia, they've all got postal codes. And here's where it gets interesting. Unlike zip codes, postal codes can include letters as well as numbers. This means they can pack even more information. Take Canada's postal codes for instance. M5V3L9. It's like a puzzle, giving you precise info about where your letter is headed. This alphanumeric system can tell postal workers and machines even more about specific locations. I mean, down to the individual blocks, neighborhoods, and businesses. It's efficient and allows for extra precision. So while zip codes are simple, postal codes can offer more data. Since its debut in the 1960s, the zip code has evolved. In the 1980s, the US added 4 digits called the Zip plus 4 to make mail sorting more accurate. But despite these extra digits, the zip code works pretty much the same way as it did back in the day. But don't worry, most people still only use the first 5 digits. So whether you're using the zip code in the United States or postal code in Canada, the UK, or anywhere else, these systems help keep our mail moving smoothly and efficiently. Don't forget to drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more fun, informative videos just like this one.